Exalted Moon. According to Vedic Jyotish, Moon is said to be exalted in a horoscope when it is placed in Taurus, which in simple words means that Moon gains maximum strength when it is placed in Taurus, compared to its placement in all the other signs. Many astrologers believe that, like most other exalted planets, an exalted moon is also always supposed to bring good things to the native, which is not the case in actual practice, as exaltation of moon is only a measure of its strength, and it is not a measure of its good or bad nature in most of the cases. Due to this reason, an exalted moon can behave in a benefic as well as a malefic way in a horoscope, and accordingly it can give good or bad results to the native. Following are some of the common good and bad effects that an exalted moon can give when it is placed in different houses of a horoscope. Exalted moon in first house of horoscope. A positive exalted moon in first house of a horoscope can bless the native with very good professional success, which is likely to come by native's own efforts, as well as with the support of friends and colleagues of the native. Such natives are likely to be good to very good in communicating with people and influencing them to gain some kinds of favors from them. This placement of benefic exalted moon in first house of a horoscope is also good for blessing the native with wealth and comforts, and at the same time it can be very good for peace of mind of the native. Some of these natives are also likely to be creative artists, and they can be seen in various creative fields. A benefic exalted moon in first house can bless the native with charming to very charming personality, and the natives, under the strong influence of this placement, are very attractive. On the other hand, a malefic exalted moon first house of a horoscope can make the native doubtful to very doubtful, and accordingly the native may not be able to have normal relations with people. Such a negative placement can also trouble the native with problems in his married life, and in worst cases it can break the marriage of the native. The natives, under the strong influence of this placement, keep on doubting their wives for no solid reasons, and this habit of these natives can cause serious problems in their marriage. In some extreme cases, it can break their marriage. A malefic exalted moon in first house of a horoscope can also bring some health-related problems to the native. Exalted moon in second house of horoscope. A positive exalted moon in second house of a horoscope can bless the native with good to very good financial prosperity, and such natives can become wealthy to very wealthy depending upon their overall horoscopes. A benefic exalted moon in second house of a horoscope can make a Dan Yoga, and it can bless the native with great wealth depending upon its strength. This placement of exalted moon can also bless the native with good to very good education, and it can also make the native become successful in some businesses like the ones which deal with luxury and comfort. A benefic exalted moon in second house of a horoscope can also bless the native with a good married life, and it can also bless the native with one or more than one houses, vehicles, and other luxuries and comforts. On the other hand, a malefic exalted moon in second house of a horoscope can bring mild to severe problems in the married life of the native, and such a native may get divorced or separated from his spouse. This placement can also trouble the native with some health issues, which usually start due to bad eating habits of the native, and as a result the native may have to spend much money towards the treatment of these health issues. Exalted moon in third house of a horoscope. A positive exalted moon in third house of a horoscope can bless the native with very good creative abilities, and such natives are capable of getting recognition on smaller to international levels by virtue of their creative abilities and depending upon their overall horoscopes. Such natives can see very good results with their studies, and some of these natives may choose teaching as their profession. A benefic exalted moon in third house of a horoscope can also bless the native with very good children, and such natives usually get good support from their children, and they are also likely to witness name and fame by virtue of their children. This placement can also bring good results for the spiritual progress of the native, and some of these natives may choose to be spiritual teachers or spiritual healers. On the other hand, a negative exalted moon in third house of the native can trouble the native by virtue of bad friends and colleagues who can bring many problems, troubles, and defame to the native. Such a malefic placement of exalted moon in 3rd house can also trouble the native with some health issues. And the natives under this kind of influence can also face problems with their bosses, seniors, and the people in authorities. This placement can also get the native in some kind of dispute, argument, or other similar situation, and as a result, the native may have to witness financial losses as well as bad reputation. Exalted moon in 4th house of a horoscope. A positive exalted moon in 4th house of a horoscope can bless the native with good health, and the natives under a strong influence of this placement usually remain healthy throughout their lives, and they are not troubled with any major disease in their life, provided this fact is supported by the overall horoscope of these natives. This placement of benefic exalted moon in 4th house of a horoscope can also bless the native with many kinds of luxuries and comforts in his lifetime, and such a native is likely to acquire many properties during his lifetime. On the other hand, a malefic moon in 4th house of a horoscope can bring serious problems in the married life of the native, and as a result the native may have to face a long separation or a divorce from his spouse. This negative placement can also trouble the native with financial problems and debts which the native may have to face many times in his life depending upon his horoscope. A malefic exalted moon in 4th house of a horoscope can also get the native involved in some kind of legal litigation which usually relates to some property matters, and as a result the native may have to spend a good amount of money, time, and resources towards this litigation which in the end may still be decided against the native. A malefic exalted moon in 4th house of a horoscope can also bring problems in the professional life of the native. Exalted moon in 5th house of horoscope. A positive exalted moon in 5th house of a horoscope can bless the native with many good things, and such natives are usually seen leading a good to very good married life depending upon their horoscopes. The natives with this kind of placement of benefic exalted moon in 5th house are usually seen marrying with their own choice, which means that they are likely to do a love marriage instead of an arranged marriage, and they are also likely to lead a happy married life. A benefic exalted moon in 5th house of a horoscope can bless the native with very good professional success, and such a native is also likely to have good to very good public image as well as public relations. Such natives are very good at dealing with people, and accordingly, they are well connected to a large network of people which they use for achieving success in their lives. On the other hand, the malefic placement of an exalted moon in 5th house of a horoscope can trouble the native with difficulties in producing children, and this kind of placement when found in the horoscopes of females can also trouble them with some health-related issues which are usually related to their reproductive organs. A negative exalted moon in 5th house of a horoscope is also bad for the love life of the native, and as a result such natives may have to face many breakups and much drama in their love life. Such a malefic placement can also bring bad results for the financial prosperity of the native under the influence of this placement. Exalted moon in 6th house of horoscope. Positive exalted moon placed in the 6th house of a horoscope can bless the native with a long life, and accordingly the natives under the strong influence of this placement are seen having a more than average lifespan. Such a benefic placement of exalted moon in 6th house of a horoscope can also bless the native with financial gains which may come from inheritance or which may come as a result of some legal decision. For example, a native under the strong influence of this placement can get financial gains as a result of suing some company for something bad they may have done to the native. On the other hand, a malefic exalted moon in 6th house of a horoscope can bring some serious problems for the native, and such a native may have to face serious problems in his married life, and such a native may also have to face legal litigations as a result of his spouse filing a case against him, and such a native may also have to face losses in the form of property, wealth, or other assets as a result of some penalty imposed by law on such native. Some natives under the strong influence of this negative placement of exalted moon in 6th house may have to give a big percentage of their wealth to their spouse as a settlement of divorce, and such a placement can generally bring bad to very bad results related to the litigation or court cases. This placement is also capable of inflicting some serious disease upon the native, and as a result, the native may have to spend a good amount of money towards the treatment of this disease, and such a disease can prove fatal in some cases. Exalted Moon in 7th house of Horoscope. A positive exalted moon placed in the 7th house of A horoscope can bless the native with a good to very good married life, and such a native is likely to get a beautiful and loving wife. Some of these natives are likely to see the rise of their fortune after their marriage, as their wives bring success, prosperity, and happiness in their lives. Such a benefic placement of exalted moon in 7th house of a horoscope can also bless the native with wealth that the native gets from his ancestors, and such a placement can also bless the native with position of power, and as a result the native may become a powerful leader or politician who has a great number of followers. A benefic exalted moon in 7th house can also bless the native with residence in foreign countries or travel to many foreign countries. On the other hand, a malefic exalted moon in 7th house of a horoscope can trouble the native on account of a disturbed marriage where the native may have to face mild to serious issues with his wife, and in some cases, the mother of the native can become the root cause of problems in the married life of the native. A negative exalted moon in 7th house of a horoscope can also make the native very materialistic, and such a native may waste a great amount of time, money, and resources in pursuit of materialistic pleasures, and such a native can especially waste much money and resources on account of his physical relations with many women, and as a result, he may also have to face bad reputation. Exalted moon in 8th house of horoscope. An exalted moon placed in the 8th house of A horoscope is considered malefic and bad by many astrologers, and it is associated with many bad results. But I have seen natives getting good to great benefits from this placement of moon when moon is working benefic in their horoscopes. A positive exalted moon in 8th house of a horoscope can bless the native with very good professional benefits, and some natives, under the strong and particular influence of this placement, can be seen practicing in the fields like astrology, palmistry, numerology, and other similar fields. A benefic exalted moon in 8th house can also bless the native with instant and easy gains many times in his lifetime, and such a native can also inherit a well-established business from his father or forefather. This placement can give good to very good results in the fields like meditation, spiritualism, and other such fields which relate to supernatural or paranormal, and some natives under strong influence of this placement can achieve good to great spiritual or supernatural powers. On the other hand, a malefic exalted moon in 8th house of A horoscope can trouble the native with problems like disturbed peace of mind, restlessness, difficulty in sleeping, and some other similar problems. Such a negative exalted moon can also cause problems in the professional sphere of the native, and as a result the native may have to face many difficulties and delays in his professional life from time to time. This placement can also bring some health-related issues for the native, and it can also affect the married life of the native in a malefic way. Exalted moon in 9th house of a horoscope. A positive exalted moon placed in the 9th house of A horoscope can bless the native with money, wealth, and prosperity, and such natives can be rich too. Very rich depending upon their overall horoscope. Many natives under the strong influence of this combination are born in rich families, and they inherit good to great amount of money and wealth from their father or grandfather. This placement of benefic exalted moon in 9th house of A horoscope can also bless the native with very good results from spiritual or religious fields, and some of these natives can become the heads of some religious or spiritual organization, and as a result, they may acquire great wealth by virtue of their followers donating great amounts of money and wealth to them. A benefic exalted moon in 9th house of a horoscope can also take the native to foreign lands for the purpose of business, and such a native can see great profits and prosperity in foreign lands. This placement can also bless the native with a good public reputation, and some natives under the strong influence of this combination are born in the families which hold a very respectful and special status in the society, like a powerful and respected political or royal family, or a powerful and respected religious family. On the other hand, a malefic moon in 9th house of a horoscope can form a Pitradosh in the horoscope, and as a result the native may have to suffer from the bad effects of Pitradosh in addition to the bad effects of the placement of exalted moon. The natives under the strong influence of this negative planet usually do not have good luck in many spheres of their lives, and such natives may have to try hard to achieve some success in their lives. And they may have to try again and again to succeed in some sphere of their lives. Exalted moon in 10th house of a horoscope. A positive exalted moon in 10th house of a horoscope can bless the native with good results in professional life, and some of these natives are seen practicing in creative fields. Some natives under a particular influence of this placement can also get settled abroad on the basis of a job or business, and they may spend a great part of their lives in some foreign country. A benefic exalted moon in 10th house of a horoscope can also bless the native with jobs and professions which do not require much physical work and which at the same time pay very well, and accordingly these natives do not face problems in their professional lives. Some natives under a particular influence of this placement can also be successful in the fields like movies, and they can succeed as actors, producers, directors, musicians, or lyricists. On the other hand, a malefic exalted moon in 10th house of a horoscope can trouble the native with mild to serious problems in his professional life, and some natives under the strong influence of such a placement may have to face defame or disgrace by virtue of some professional mistake done by them or by virtue of a false allegation coming from their professional sphere. This placement can also cause some health issues, and in case of females, it can also cause a delay in childbirth, and at the same time it can also cause some malfunctioning of reproductive organs or some defect in some
reproductive organ.
A negative exalted moon in 10th house can also make the native a victim of wrong decisions, wrong judgments, or discrimination. For example, a native under a particular influence of this placement may have to suffer on account of some court decision going against him, even when he deserves a right decision, or the people in authority may misjudge the abilities of such a native, or someone in authority may harm such a native due to some discrimination. Exalted moon in 11th house of horoscope. A positive exalted moon placed in 11th house of a horoscope can bring very good financial gains, and accordingly the natives under the strong influence of this placement can witness good to great financial gains in their lifetime. Most of such natives rise to a financial success through their own efforts and their own luck, and not by virtue of inheritance or something like that, which is the case with some other placements of exalted moon in some specific houses of the horoscope. Some natives under the strong influence of this placement of benefic exalted moon in 11th house of horoscope have a very shrewd business sense, and such natives have the ability and luck needed to rise from ashes, and they are capable of building fortunes by virtue of their professional skills and their luck. Natives under the strong influence of this placement are usually seen running their own businesses instead of working for someone else. A benefic exalted moon in 11th house can also bless the native with a very good health and a very good peace of mind, and such a native may not have to face any major disease or any major financial problem for most of his lifetime. On the other hand, a malefic moon in 11th house of a horoscope can bring mild to serious problems in the married life of the native, and accordingly the native may have to face a long dispute, separation, or divorce from his wife. Such a negative placement can also affect the mental health of the native, and some natives under the particular influence of this placement can suffer from some mental problems or psychological disorders, due to which they may develop a tendency to doubt everyone in their circle, including their wife and children. This placement of malefic exalted moon in 11th house can give birth to a feeling of strong insecurity, due to which the native may try to hide and protect himself from most of the people around him, and in doing so he may behave in a way which may be called insane. Exalted moon in 12th house of a horoscope. An exalted moon placed in the 12th house of a horoscope is considered bad by many astrologers, but it can also give some very good results in many horoscopes when it is working positive. A benefic exalted moon in 12th house of a horoscope can bless the native with good to great amount of money, which comes from professions related to foreign countries, travel business, new innovations, new discoveries, entrepreneurship, and similar fields. This placement can bless the native with a luxurious life and travels across the globe, and the natives under the strong influence of this placement also spend a good amount of time and money towards their eating pleasures. On the other hand, a malefic exalted moon in 12th house of a horoscope can trouble the native with normal to serious financial problems, and some natives under the strong influence of this placement may have to face financial debts many times in their life. Such a negative placement can also bring bad to very bad results related to the married life of the native, and such a native may have to suffer from problems in his married life. Some natives under the particular influence of this malefic placement of exalted moon in 12th house may have to separate from their parental family after marriage on account of misunderstandings between their parents and their wives. Such natives may also have to spend a good amount of money towards the treatment of diseases which may afflict the native or his family members, and the native himself may have to suffer from some diseases. Hence, the placement of an exalted moon in almost all the houses of a horoscope can affect the native with benefic as well as malefic things depending upon the nature of such exalted moon and depending upon the overall horoscope of the native. Therefore, no conclusion should be made about the benefic nature of the moon merely by virtue of its exaltation, and no conclusion should also be made about the malefic nature of the moon merely by virtue of its placement in some particular houses of a horoscope. A thorough study of the moon, as well as the entire horoscope, is necessary in order to calculate the final outcomes of the placement of an exalted moon in some particular house of a horoscope. Moon. Its exaltation sign is Taurus and debilitated sign is Scorpio. The degree of exaltation is 3 degrees. The moon represents water and indicates the water element in general in the chart. Taurus is a fixed sign with earth element. When water flows through earth, it makes the earth fertile. Fixed sign indicates nurturing. Fertile earth nurtures all planets and all living organisms. Fixed types are firm, stable, and determined about who they are and what they do. Exalted moon in Taurus brings the best of lunar qualities in the person. They seek balance and harmony in individual relationships and in their organizations of immediate environment. It gives a strong sense of form and beauty, the best of lunar qualities. It can make them very romantic and devotional, and are often votaries of the idea that all is love, manifesting the highest qualities of Venus, the ruler of Taurus, combined with the highest qualities of Moon.